Good morning. How are you today? I'm so excited to be here with you once again to give you the fundamentals of MLM business. And particularly, our topic for this morning is about goal setting. And I would like to welcome everyone. Welcome to all of you who are listening out there. And from Davao and maybe in Cagayan de Oro, Butuan City, Bicol, Cebu, maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Today, I would like to share to you one of the best secrets of our trainer, Michael Foss, who happened to be the model of our training in SFF. Last week, we talked about the fundamentals of LLM business, and we highlighted on our personal development as one of our ultimate goal to ensure success in this business. Yes, indeed. In MLM business, we are not utilizing traditional way of advertising or marketing our product, but mainly we are advertising or marketing our own success story. But did you ask yourself, what makes life different? What makes life different to other people? Or why other people are successful and why other people are not? Have you ever asked that to yourself? Given in a situation wherein you are in the same company, you can access all the system, the equipment, you are given the same task, the same job description, but why is it the other person is better than the other one? Or maybe the other one is more successful than the other. You know what? We have discovered that what makes life different to others is because they have goals in life. They set a particular goal in their life. Okay, fact shows in MLM, this is actually in MLM industry all over the world, 83% networkers earned between 0 and 24,000 pesos in 1 year. Some 17% earned between 24,000 to 45,000 in 1 year. Well, this is at the average, I think, but still very small percentage, 17%. And you know what? Those people who claim to be at the top, only 2% of them earned more than 900,000. And out of that, 10% is 8% earned 270,000. But you know, you can only see here the basic things that there are only two people who are successful. I can't say those people who are earning 24,000 to 45,000 are already successful. Well, other people can earn that in not doing MLM business, or maybe some people will do that. But look at the figures in 2% only, meaning a very, very small population in the MLM industry, had really gone into getting the potential income that they like. But look at the 83%. You know, we noticed and we learned that 83% of those people who are in the networking who just earn at zero, maybe they quit or they just continue and just earn 24,000 in 1 year, and that is basically 2,000 in a month. They have no goal setting. And that is a very, very sad story. You know, I also heard about or read about the story of a famous Harvard Business School When they evaluated a group of students in college and then re-evaluated them 10 years later, the study found out that the students who had been the most successful in life weren't the ones who had achieved the highest grades. They were the ones who had specific goals 10 years ago. You can see that the big difference between successful people and unsuccessful people lies between goal setting. Successful people have their goals in mind. They know where they want to go, and finally, they can get there. So you need to start with a goal. You need to start with a target. You need to start a map where you can go. Where is your destination? You just have to ask yourself right now, where am I going? You may ask, how to achieve goals? Joshua, it is easier said than done, right? Okay, I might agree with you. Many people fail not because they don't have goals. They fail because they haven't achieved their goals. Giving up during the journey. There is a long road. There is a long road from goal to success. And you know what? Every one of you, my dear volunteers of SFF, I have good news for you. SFF will be here to help you achieve your goal. Not only to set your goals properly, but also to achieve them in the end. Remember, successful people have their goals in mind. Last week, we concluded it is the way you think determines your life today. It is your philosophy that determines your lifestyle. Remember, we said that we have to stop talking about money. We have to talk about an improved lifestyle. And now we also determined that our lifestyle is actually a manifestation of how we think today. Because how we think today determines our attitude, and attitude affects the things or how we work, how we do things, therefore affects our action, and then our action delivers our results. Therefore, our results now is the outcome and becomes our lifestyle. So we can repeat the word one more time. You have to have a change of philosophy, a change of mindset. Because the way you think today will determine your life today. Okay? So let us, I got this from the internet, and let us think about this. So put yourself right now, before you set a goal, you have to think your way to success. Think your way to success. And I like this. Think for yourself first, for your self development. Have a clear goal in your mind. Imagine being where you want to go. Then notice when opportunity knocks. And then even there are also obstacles ahead of you, keep heading towards your goals. You see, our mind plays an important role in goal setting. It is what we think, what we want, and what we dream about commands the direction of our future. Therefore, we need to conceive or think of goals to improve quality of life. But not only that we think of goals, not only that we think of dreams, of the things that we want in life, but let us be reminded that our mind should conceive what is achievable, what is beyond our reach. You see, being in a situation right now where you really wanted to be successful in this business, you have to ask yourself, not only where am I going, but where am I right now? You have to have your own basis. What are the learnings that I have in the past? What are the mistakes I have committed in the past that put me where am I right now? So that you can calculate, you can think of something that is realistic and conceivable. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it is not SFF, it is not our chairman, it is not me who are going to decide for your destiny. It is you who are going to decide your destiny. It is only dependent on you. Even the success of this training, even the success of this webinar will depend upon you. You have to decide your own destiny. Now, you have to go back, as we have further reviewed last week. You have to look what are the things you need to improve in order to be successful in your MLM business. There are many ways, and there are many other things that you have to consider. And different individuals have different needs. What I would like to remind you is that when you think of something that you're going to improve for yourself in order to achieve or in order to be successful, remember the concept of spaced repetition. If you're going to acquire new skills, as we have been saying last week, that in order to improve our results, we have to acquire new knowledge, we have to acquire a new skill, and to acquire new skill, you do it repeat in a repetition, or in spaced repetition. I'm sorry. It is doing it over and over again every day, designating time for listening, for reading the same materials over and over again, and repeat it the next day, the next week, the next month, until you can acquire the skill naturally. Whether they are big or small, you might find that you're going to change still in the areas of your life. When you have to change something, you have to learn something, and you want it to acquire something, you need to set goals. Whether in a hobby, in a sport, in a career, losing weight, become a good speaker, everything. You have to set goals. And achieving your goals rewards you with a level of accomplishment and satisfaction. The first thing we have to do then is to decide what we want in life. We have to make a decision. There is no doubt goal setting is important in your life. And our goals give our lives direction. They also provide sense of meaning and something to live for. Many studies support that people who have ambition of some kind are more likely to find sense of meaning in being alive and tend to be more healthy and happy. Now, to achieve conceivable goals, or to conceive achievable goals, we have to consider four things. Why conceive achievable goals? Because your goal setting influences your own choice, your own decision. Goals force to focus attention and direct efforts to goal relevant activities. It keeps us away from undesirable or irrelevant actions. You have to think your goal as your compass. It will take control of where you are going. If you choose to be successful, you have to think to be you have to think, you have to do it, and you have to go to the direction where successful people will lead you. A wise man said, if you don't know where you are going, there is a fair chance you will end up somewhere else. So goal setting should be achievable. Because sometimes if you choose to do or to set your goals in an unachievable or unrealistic way, you will end up frustrated. Okay? Next, your goals will also affect your effort. This is important. Our goals not only give us direction, it helps us to do or to make more efforts. It is the thing that we're going to that drives us to do more and to excel. For example, a person who has a goal of 5 people new front lines in a month versus to a person who has a goal to have 3 new direct front lines in a month, will the one who has the goal of 5 new sponsors will be driven to do more and more and will do whatever it takes, give all his effort to achieve his goal because he has given so much target in 1 month. Therefore, it is important that you really have to be knowledgeable to earn new skill because if you have set good a big target or goals in a month, it will drive you to exert more effort. And I would like to remind you that to achieve your goal is to concentrate your effort on developing yourself first so that new recruits will just come in naturally in every month. Okay? So, next, our also goal setting influence our persistency. If we have no ambitions, we can end up going from one situation to the next without direction or purpose. If you have no goals, no objectives in what you're doing, once you encounter difficulties, once you encounter obstacles, you will just easily quit and then go to another company, go to another industry, then try some of your luck there, and then end up at the end of the day, there is no such thing as an easy way to success. But if you have a goal, if you have set a goal in your life, and that is conceivable, that is achievable, then it will make you focus. It will give you focus, and you will do whatever it takes to get there. Goals will help us thrive through tough times. Next, this is, I think, the most important also that influences our own um, lives when we set goals. Michael Klaus have a very good story about his life and very good example about his life when he had set a goal. in his life to develop, to acquire new knowledge, to acquire new skill, because you have realized that this is the biggest solution, or the main, or the key for him to be successful. He started his life, in a very complicated situation, in a very, you wouldn't like to be in his predicament before. Out of school, he's dropped out from high school, never attended college, not a very good family background, have a very bad experience with his father. But you see, when you know what you want to achieve, when you set your own goal, no amount of discouragement, no amount of obstacles or hardship will put you down. The main thing that he did, he started reading. He started reading, listening, following to people who had been successful. He acquired knowledge. I really don't know where you are right now. But if you feel that there are other things, or there are some things that you really need to learn, you really need to improve, I think that is the main priority that you're going to do right now, is to have set a goal every day to improve in whatever aspect in your life. Goals can help change our lifestyle because it will change our philosophy. You have to have a better result to change your lifestyle. If you're going to have a better result, it is necessary for you to acquire new knowledge, develop new skills, right? So it is only logical to start setting your goal on how you're going to acquire new knowledge to achieve your goals. And that's the reason why I'm telling you guys that the first step when you recruit, I will discuss this further in our next session next week about our marketing plan and what you're going to do to train your new direct recruits. But I'm telling you right now, the first step is when new people you have invited, there's new people that is in your group right now, join your group. What you're going to do is to soak them into the knowledge of what is MLM business all about. It is the first step. It is what is the industry all about. Who are those people who are successful in the industry? Then what is the strength of DLA? Being a company, a manufacturer, and a producer who's giving us the opportunity to do an independent business. What are the products all about? What are the things that I need to learn in order for me to be successful in this business? If you do that, money, recruits will just come in. Because as I have told you last week also, people will not follow you because of the products or because of the marketing system or the marketing plan, but because they follow you because of you. It is not they join you because of I like the company, I like the products. No. Even if they started that way, they like the products, they like my marketing plan, they like the company, but when they end up, they don't like you and they cannot see in you, they have no credibility in what you're saying, in what you're doing, then they will not. follow you in the end. They will look for other upline. They will look for other people who are going to teach them, to lead them. Because you failed to start it within you. The personality development and the personal development you have neglected, and that's the reason why people will not follow you in the end. So knowledge is very important. Remember, this is just on the side. If you're reading the Bible, you know King Solomon. He's the wisest man that had ever lived. When he was asked what he wants in life, what did he ask from God? Did he ask for girls? Did he ask for position? Did he ask for money, properties, mansions, cattle, livestock, everything? No. One thing that he asked, and this is very important that you're going to emphasize in your life and to really acquire this in your life. King Solomon asked for knowledge. He asked for wisdom. And he is the most successful, the richest man, the wealthiest man that had ever lived. Guys, that is number one, and that is paramount. That you have to ask or set your goals for personal development, acquiring new knowledge, acquiring new skills through spaced repetition. Now, how to conceive achievable goals? Now, let's put now in the perspective on how you're going to be successful. To start with, a goal becomes more achievable once you have made a commitment to work towards it. Remember, I have mentioned that people just did not achieve, people actually, we cannot say that, I should say, people is not actually having no dreams and because they have no success. But some people also have their goals, but they did not achieve their goals and then quit in the middle or maybe even at the start of doing it, they stop doing it or they stop the action plans that they have made. You see, we have to recognize that there is a process. There is a process from goals to success. And I think in the discussion of our chairman, when he delivered it in our office at Boney, he mentioned about the process and syntax. The process is the way of doing, or the way the things occur. So syntax is example to relate it into the process. It's about the syntax is about grammar, the correct way of sentence construction. So example of syntax: the dog bites John. That is the correct process. That's the correct syntax. But if you're going to change the same ingredients, the same words, but you have to really change the process or the syntax, John bites the dog. Do you think it is possible? Yes. But do you think it is okay? Do you think the meaning or the content really is what happened? How come a man bites a dog? That is absurd, and that is, I don't think that's the proper process, right? And I don't even think of a man. I never imagine a man will bite a dog. Okay? To give you more illustration is just like in cooking, and especially in baking. I've noticed that my sister is also trying to bake a cake, and I noticed the result sometimes really doesn't match with the one she really expected to do. Or maybe you can see it in the picture, and the picture is really looks nice, and it says in the cooking book, this is how you're going to bake the cake, but the end result is not the same way with the picture. Why? Because of missing some ingredients or really missing the right process, right? So there is a right way of doing it. Maybe he did not put the oil first before putting the cake or the flour, or he did not really quite beat the egg properly and no proper mixture, not enough ingredients, not correct amount of water, milk put into the cake, and then the end is failure. You see, because we miss the process. There's a process that we really need to respect. Okay? And in goal setting, we have also a process. So we started with setting out the fundamentals of the business. So that is number one. That is your number one process. And the rule of the game is that you have to have self-development. Every day you have to learn. Now the next is you have to build a strong foundation. In building a house, you don't want to start or building a house in a very weak foundation, right? Just like in our business, we have to start in a very strong foundation. And the Bible also said, a wise man built his house upon the rock, and the foolish man built his house upon the sand. Now I'm giving you some illustration. This is also made or shared by Michael Kloss. In your life, if you're going to make a foundation and you're going to, let's say, there are three things that you're going to put in order to build this foundation, like we have a sand, we have a pebbles, or in Tagalog, graba, and then we have also rocks. Now, if you put first in some bucket, let's say for example, you put the sand first, then the pebbles. How many rocks can you put inside there? Or can you still put the rocks if you put on so many sand? Maybe, but there are so few and this will be very weak foundation. But if you put the sand first, if you put the rock first, let's say for example you put a post, no? Those people who are into construction, they can understand this. There are some people they make a foundation. This foundation they will make a pattern out of plywood, and then first they will put the rock. This is the process of making a strong foundation. Then after that the pebbles, and then the sand. You see, if you put, and then in some construction, of course, we put cement to tie it up. And now you're going to mix it. They're going to mix the pebbles and the sand first, put the rocks to make it stronger, and then the cement and the pebbles that you're going to put, the one that is mixed already, will just sip into the spaces of the rocks, and this cement will just keep on, will tie it up or hold them to make it stronger. Some others I can see also they put what you call this? They put iron bars and they tie it with small iron bars. So this is how we're going to make your foundation. See, in making a foundation, there is also a process. You put a process, and then there is the correct way of doing it. Now, in our life, there are 7 foundations that we need to decide on. This is important because I said, if we start on personal development as our goal to be successful, we make ourselves better first. in our lives, we have to consider a lot of things. Remember, we also said about lifestyle. Our people joined us not because of the money, not because of the marketing plan, not because of the product, but because they see, they should see that we have a changed lifestyle, improved lifestyle. Meaning, we can have all of this in a balance. Okay, we will going to discuss this in another module where we have to discuss about career, life, family life, social life balance in MLM business. Okay, are you excited with that? This is we're going to talk about how we're going to have a quality life by having a balance with physical, spiritual, family, financial, career and self-development. Right? I think it's quite exciting to have and to learn. But for now, for goal setting, look at yourself and think of something you need to improve in life. If you need to have spiritual maturity, you have to set aside time for that. Family, financial, if you need, oh, I'm so, you know, I spend a lot and I usually end up broke. I don't know where my money is going every month. Or maybe I don't have enough money to spend. I need to increase my income. So what are the things that I need to do? What are the things that I need to learn in our business in order to deliver more results? Maybe also you're trying to look at developing your image, your outward look, and maybe we're going to start with exercise, trimming your body, and then some of you might be also missing some, the things that you really love to do, like painting, or you have to do into you are into cultural aspect in life, and then maybe you need also some socialization, and you have to consider that. And then in your career right now, what are the things that you need to improve? Maybe you need to improve introspection, in your presentation, in duplication. So you have to set aside. And overall, what are the things that you need to develop? Not only because for the career, not only because for your family, but because for your own fulfillment. You know, self fulfillment. So you need to think about it. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to decide. Decide what you want in life. This is a major step. We said that goal setting affects your decision or affects your choice. And then your thinking also affects your lifestyle. Now think now. What do I want in life? Do I want to be one of the most or the best MLM businessman? Do I want to be the best church leader? What do you want? Do you want to be you want to improve in your family, or to become a better parent, or in parenting? Or you're a teacher right now, you want to be the best teacher in your school? Or maybe you're an employee also in your company, and you want to be the best clerk, the best secretary, the best manager, top supervisor. What do you want? So you ask yourself. Okay? You ask yourself. Next, you you will only realize that we can only achieve, or we can really understand our goal if we know why. After knowing what do I want, you have to ask yourself, why? Why do I want to have this, to have that, and to be like that? I'll give you an example. For example, um, why should be bigger than your dreams? It should be bigger than your the amount of money in your bank account. The reason why you're doing this is not only because you want to acquire properties, to build a luxurious house, or to have a luxury car, or maybe a beautiful car. The why should be bigger than that. You know what? Because if you aim for something like money, I don't, as you can see, some people, when you ask them, what is what is your secret about why you become successful? Why those people are really successful? When you look at the Fortune magazine, and those people really they do not tell you that it's because of money, and it's not because of wealth, power, or everything. It is because they really wanted to make an impact in their family. They were to made an impact in this world. That is bigger why than having money. Because if you aim for personal development first, everything will just follow. For example, um, for me, I would like to be. I will just make my example. For me, I would like to be um, one of the best trainer, mentor, coach in MLM in the Philippines. That is my what do I want. Why? Why? Because I really wanted to see more people become successful in their business. I really wanted to see the Filipino people can uplift their lives by having a second choice. A second choice meaning an option from your 8 to 5 hour job. Because I truly believe that living in an 8 to 5 hour job will not lead them to success, will not give them what they really wanted in life. So for me, for me to become successful in showing the world or the Filipinos to be successful in this business, I have to improve my training skills. I have to know more about the industry. I have to enroll in speech class. I have to join to a group where professional people are really successful in doing this business. I have to associate with my colleagues. I have to become a better parent also, because what I want to do is for the family, and I want to show to them that I have more time. I have also quality time with my family. So that is my why. Do you think money or fortune will not come along the way if you aim for that? If you become the best MLM coach right now in the industry, do you think people will not look up to you and will not look after you? And what is that? What's the next for that? It's the next is money. So you focus first on the why, and then you develop. Once you develop fortune, everything will just come. Everything will just follow. Okay? I hope you got what I mean. Now, this is where we will go into talk most of the balance of our time about goal setting. Very much important. Goals without action is useless, right? Goals without action is useless. So you have to have a biggest calendar you can find. Fill it with your decisions, your goals, including the 7 foundations that we have mentioned. Remember the 7 foundations? Okay, you get a calendar, write your game plan. Okay, you have to write it down. You have to put it into a blueprint. Okay, just like a house, you have a foundation right now. You know what's the foundation. You have to write the design. You have to write a plan. Okay, so including all of these 7 foundations. Next. So once you made this decision, we say earlier that it should be conceivable and it should be achievable. Okay? Achievable is very important. As I've said, we will focus our time in discussing writing our goal or our game plan. Writing your targets down and reading them out aloud on a daily basis is a good way to remind yourself of your ambitions and help keep you focused towards achieving your desired outcome. So when you write it, you have to read it, you have to spend at least 15 minutes of your time every day. Look at your plan and then assess, where am I right now? What are the things I've done already? Check. The things that I need to improve? Check. And you have to check every day. Okay? Now to do that, you have to use the system of goal setting. And it is called SMART planning. I know some of you have already heard about this. In my profession before, as a nurse, I teach nursing for 3 years in UERM from 2008 to 2011. I did not, this is my second course, I did not practice nursing but in the hospital, but I end up teaching while I'm also finishing my master's degree in nursing. And then we utilize in nursing the SMART planning in doing the nursing diagnosis. To give you a brief idea or a very brief background, what is the difference between a doctor and a nurse? Doctor has their own medical diagnosis for our patient and they are after for the cure, and nurses have their own nursing diagnosis, and our goal is to have nursing management. So we do not treat people, but we manage the symptoms of the people. And in doing so, we are required to come up with our nursing plan in every shift or every duty for each particular patient. So different patients have different health condition, so we have different nursing plan. So when we do nursing plan, we utilize the SMART planning. Okay, so to give you an idea first, what is this, SMART? SMART means S, specific, M is measurable, A, achievable, R, realistic, T, time bound. So your objectives should be specific. What exactly do you hope to achieve and why? Okay? For us, let's say for example, I'll use the example in my nursing career. We're given a patient. For example, the patient is complaining for pain. And before we make a plan, we get some data. And the data we got two types. It is subjective and objective. The subjective is what the patient verbalizes. When the patient says, "I am masakit ang tiyan ko." Okay, that's a verbalization of pain. That is a subjective data. Then what are the objectives? The objective data are the things that we see from the laboratory, we see from the result of getting the vital signs like the respiratory rate, the temperature, the breathing pattern, the color of the skin, okay, palpation of the abdomen because they are complaining pain. And we also utilize this pain scale. It is a pain scale. We utilize facial grimace. So we utilize 1 to 3 is tolerable pain. 5 to 7 will be, moderately pain, and then 7 to 10 severe. So that's how we get our data. From our data, we now come up with our nursing diagnosis. If we see our diagnosis, really the patient has a severe pain, so we calculate it. We put it, okay, the patient verbalizes pain, or our nursing diagnosis is pain, uh, a severe pain, patient suffering from severe pain as manifested by pain scale of 7 over 10. And then also other data like abdomen, upon palpation on the left quadrant, patient verbalizes pain, and then other data that supports the patient is in pain. Okay, so our planning now is to reduce the pain. Our goal is to manage the pain so that the patient can cooperate with the nursing management or medication that the doctor is being given, or the health regimen that we are trying to give to this patient in order to have, to relieve his pain. Okay, so our now objective using the SMART, it should be specific. So from the 7 over 10 pain scale, it is severe. To be specific is we have to have a goal to set like measurable also. So it should be measurable, meaning it can be calculated, meaning there is a tendency, or there is a basis for measurement. So like the pain scale. So the patient, our objective now will be like this, specific goal. Patient will reduce after 2 hours, so this is now time bound, or after 30 minutes of nursing intervention, patient will reduce pain from 7 over 10 to 5 over 10. So this is now our goal. You see, notice that goal. You have time bound, meaning this should be, there should be an ending, okay? There should be some sort of time frame because we don't want to allow our patient to have this pain for the rest of 8 hours, all right? So you have to have time bound. So for us, 30 minutes only, we will already achieve our goal. Is it achievable? Yes, it is achievable because we have already data that proves pain, and then we have also some medication, some nursing care going to do. We have the resources. So look for your resources also to provide solution to the problem. So achievable will be related to what are the things that the things that you need in order to achieve your goals. That you have to consider. So in nursing, it is achievable because especially the patient is in the hospital, and we all know the equipment that are needed in the hospital. So that is how we are going to make our goal. Again, to make it clear, to make our goal relating it to nursing, we call it specific. There is some sort of pain that's specific. Specific data tells us that the patient has what you call this severe pain. And our specific goal is to reduce that severe pain into um, tolerable pain. That is realistic, yes, because that is realistic because we cannot just have a goal like totally no pain. Why? Because the reason why he's in the hospital because of that pain. And nursing will not treat pain. We will just relieve and manage pain. So what we're going to do, to be realistic, we will reduce it into 5 over 10, from 7 over 10 to 5 over 10 in the pain scale. Is it measurable? Yes, measurable because it says there 7 over 10 to 5 over 10. Now, is it achievable? Yes, we are going to give medication. We are going to do palpation. We provide warm compress or cold compress on the affected part to relieve pain, or we provide some psychological and emotional intervention to divert the pain. So those are achievable. Is it realistic? Yes, I have already said that. And then it is also time bound because we put 30 minutes only. So when we put our goal now, it is specific again, and I will tell you, I will I will say it again. After 30 minutes of nursing intervention, pain will decrease from 7 over 10 to 5 over 10. Okay? So that makes a realistic goal. So I would like you to do that also. I would like you to come up with your own SMART goal, having very specific, meaning if you want to have a specific goal like I want to be the best, I want to be the next Hong Kong qualifier. So to be specific, what are the qualifications or criteria to qualify for Hong Kong? You need to be platinum. Next, you need to have 2 platinum under you to become an emerald manager that delivers 180 business volume in your group. So that is specific. After 3 months or after 1 month of doing our business, I will become emerald emerald manager with 2 platinum and delivering 180 BV or business volume. Is that specific? Yes. Is it time bounded? Yes. Okay. So, is it measurable? Yes. You have put your measures there. Why? You have to make measurable. Now, you have to understand that if you're going to aim a specific productivity, like from like 180 PV, look at your measurement. Where are you at right now? What are your regular or average business volume in your group? If you are delivering 150, I think that is already that is your measurement. Now, to get 180, is it measurable? Yes, it is measurable. Do you know where to get it? Yes, you have to get it. Is it achievable now? Yes, it is achievable. Why? You have to know what are you going to do. What are the action plan to increase your people, to increase your sales? Right? If you have 150 business volume right now, ask yourself, how are you going to increase your business volume in 280? So look at all these people who are delivering in your group. Ask them, can you still deliver more than 50,000 BB? Can you? Then if you find 2 people, 3 people, 5 people who can deliver already 50,000 BV in your group, then you can now say, okay, it is achievable. Okay? So, you really have to look at those areas. Now, remember, guys, our goals will never be achieved in a very easy way. I'm not saying there is a easy way to get it along the way, but there can be a possibility that you can get your goal easily, but not too easy. Okay? Now, there are the things for you I would like to emphasize. It should be specific. Your goal should be specific. You are going to write it in a specific manner, and it should be measurable, and then it should be achievable. Is achievable, as I've related to nursing, we see it achievable if we know the resources that we have. So ask yourself right now, what are the resources do you have to achieve your goals? Do you have the enough materials? Do you have enough knowledge in order for you to train your people and for you to also be trained? Do you have enough support? Do you have enough materials, equipment that you need for presentation? Okay, so you see, those are the resources that you really need for you to become successful. I will give you another example. Let's say, for example, if you put your time frame for 1 month, you see, uh, for 3 months, let's say, for example, a time frame that you're going to be successful in this um, area or in this business by in 3 months, you ask yourself, what are the resources needed? And when you determine, oh, the resources needed for me um, to acquire more people is to have LCD so that I can have a presentation in my office inviting 10 to 20 people. Because in this way, I can deliver the message through presenting it to them through PowerPoint using the LCD monitor. And it's easier for me to achieve my target. And then ask yourself, do you have the money to buy that? Yes, I have. Then ask yourself, when are you going to have the resources? After 4 months. Okay. Then it's absurd to think it is achievable. Why? Your target is only for 3 months. You're going to achieve your target for 3 months. But you can get the things that you need after 3 months. Then you don't have the means to act upon your goal or your plan. I hope you get what I mean. So meaning you have to be, you have to check your resources. And if you don't have the resources, you have to prepare it properly. And it doesn't also stop you for being resourceful. So if you really want to do something and you really want to be successful, you have to be resourceful. If you need LCD and you don't have that, try to use flip chart. Try to learn how you're going to do visual aids, or try to explain it. Try to master, to improve your writing skills maybe in whiteboard so that you can explain it using the whiteboard marker. Okay, some resources like that. So you have to check. And then you really have also to be realistic. In your action plan and objective, you have to ask yourself, is it achievable? Now, if you find it achievable, then it is realistic. If not, go back and you have to find a way to make it realistic. We should continually aim for something just out of reach. Okay, meaning if you're going to achieve something like you are right now, a BA, business associate, and then you're going to aim for Hong Kong Emerald Associate. Is it possible for you? Is it realistic to you to become Emerald Manager? If you have all the resources, if you have all the means and action plans you have already in your mind, then that is realistic. But if you don't have the resources and if you don't have uh, things in your hand right now to achieve that, and you really don't know, you did not do prospecting, then that is unrealistic. Okay? So meaning you try to focus on short-term goal to get onto your bigger goals. Meaning within your reach first. Try to aim for with something that is achievable. That makes it realistic. For example, if you're earning right now or delivering right now 50,000 PV, don't aim for 1 million PV immediately in 1 month. Why? That is unrealistic. Because PV in 1 month, and then if you're going to aim for the next month for 1 million, what are you going to do? What are the actions plan that you have done? Are you prepared to do that? Do you have the specific materials? Do you have the people, the right people that will give you the point volume in your group? Do you get what I mean? So you have to really realistic. We have to be realistic because it makes achieving your goals more realistic and allows you to gain momentum and ultimately keeps us focused on the big picture. This is critical. Guys, some people will just aim immediately, especially those people who just came in MLM business because they are hyped, they were told that this is the best way to really be successful in this business, and all they think about is just, I will just going to do this. I will just do this in 3 months. I will be a millionaire. Is it realistic? Now, if you say that to your people and then they come here and then they join you, expect after 3 months, if they're not millionaires already, they will just leave you. Okay? So you really have to set something that be within your reach, because you will lose the momentum if you're going to. But on the other hand, I will put it this way: it is critical because if you set achievable within reach goals, it will create a momentum. It will set you into a momentum of achieving things, achieving greater things later on, one step at a time. For me, you have to aim, if you're a BA right now, you have to aim first to become a platinum after 3 months, maybe 2 months, or maybe a month if you really do the secrets of prospection. If you do a lot of prospection, you can be platinum in a month. Then after that, aim after 3 months to become emerald director, emerald executive. So you really have to go into a certain process. Don't aim too big, too big. That is not realistic. But I'm not saying don't aim big. Aim big in a long-term basis. Look at yourself in 5 years. That is your goal. That is your long-term goal. You can do that also. But what I'm saying here, to have a smart planning, start with your short-term goal to lead you to your long-term goals. Okay? Because in reality, guys, I'll tell you, 2 to 5 years is the average span or time frame for those people who become successful in this business. Okay? 2 to 5 years. That is realistic. So, give yourself time bound when you set goals. 2 to 5 years. Tagal naman? 2 taon pa? Well, this is a second choice. And it is your choice. Go back to what you're doing in the 8 to 5 hours. Let's see if you can become successful or you really want, you can really get the financial freedom or the success that you, or improved lifestyle that you're aiming after 5 years. You know, some people who have been into 40-40 structure, the one that we have mentioned before, that 40 hours a week, 40 years working in the same company or in that kind of industry, wherein 8 to 5 hours a day, end up retiring with 40% the amount of your money. Guys, there is no financial freedom in that situation. And they work for 40 years. Here, you will just put your goals into a realistic time frame of smart planning, smart goal setting, meaning it is specific. Yes, be specific. After 5 years, I would like to be one of the top MLM entrepreneur or businessman, businesswoman. That is specific. That is 5 years. That is time bounded. Is it realistic? Yes. Why? Because starting today, I will start prospecting, and I will start achieving a monthly basis, high in ranking, developing myself, putting people into my business. And from 2 years, I will already leverage with the people that I have already trained. And after 5 years, I can already have 100 people under me who is really doing or duplicating, meaning they can do whenever, even if I am not around, they can do the things that they need to do it, even if I'm not around. So passive income will just come along the way, or continuous income will just come along the way. So that is what I'm saying. Aim for smart planning, or do smart planning. Aim after 5 years, after 10 years, after how many years you want. But I suggest start 5 years, then the next 5 years, you put a set a goal again. But today, start your short-term goal by applying the SMART goal setting. Okay? Now, you have to involve your team. This is the beauty of MLM. We are not doing it alone. We are not doing it by ourselves. We will do it with you. I'm doing it with you. So, now, what I'm saying, if you're going to ask your team to do the goal setting, tell them the beauty if you have a team, if you have you have an upline that will help you, is that this coach or mentor have already proven in himself or themselves that you can be successful in this business. And then by doing so, if you tell your coach or tell each other, show each other your goals, they can also be accountable. And let us have this kind of spirit of a helping other spirit. Meaning, if your teammate's not doing the things that she should do, remind her or him, okay, you're off track. Let's be in one page. I thought you want to go with me in Hong Kong, but why are you not doing prospection? So there is an accountability. When you do the goal setting by team, or your individual goals are revealed to your teammates. Goal setting with SMART objective from the start helps to steer you in the right direction. And if you have a team doing it, you can be accountable with each other. You can not be easily off track. You can grab the other one, oh, balik ka dito, naliligaw ka. Let's go to this direction. However, there are also additional factors that should also be considered to increase your chances of success. Okay? So, this includes having a good relationship with your team, knowing your team very well, knowing each other very well. Do you have enough resources to achieve it? How are you going to help with each other? so that along the way you can stand all the obstacles. Next, guys. I'm not saying that after this blueprint, after this game plan that you have come up, by the way, I will send you a sample of goal setting template, and I would like you to do it individually. And then I hope when you do it individually, you show it to your leaders like Beth Ramos, show it to Mr. and Mrs. Akins, and also show it to your upline, Miss Estela Maris. You can show it also to Bong Brua, to Sir Delio Kiblat, or to your other people. Okay, to Miss Lourdes Gonzalez. Show it to them. You have to commit. You have to put commitment. You know, not only accountability if you do it by team, it also serves as a proof and a commitment to each other that you're going to do this. Okay? Now, but I would like to emphasize on the step 4, which is almost the last part of our slide. Now, commitment is defined by Michael Klaus as doing things even the feeling is gone. You are commitment means you continue doing the things you have promised before, even the feeling is gone. You see, right now you might be motivated. You might wonder, I like this. I've learned something about goal setting, and I really wanted to aim to be successful. I want to earn. I want to be one of the MLM businessman or entrepreneur who's earning 900,000 in a month. So that is specific. And then you have that feeling at first. But along the way, because there are barriers, you forget the feeling, and then you forgot your commitment, you forgot your goal, then you quit. Commitment is not like that. Commitment is doing things, the same actions towards your goal, even the feeling is gone. See, with almost all ambitions, there will always be a potential barrier. More than you can ever think of. Sometimes we feel that barriers are greater than our goals. Guys, always remember, if you have a very strong why, and that why is so big enough, there are no barriers that can topple it down. Because most likely, yung barriers na yan are psychological and not physical barriers. We call it sometimes the dream takers. Those people who are negative, people who come along the way with bad experiences in MLM or other company, they will drag you down and they will influence you with positive perspective and end up quitting. Regardless of what the barrier is, guys, the trick is to identify these barriers from the start and to develop strategies to counteract these problems if and when they arise. This will again help to keep you focused, on track, and further increase your chances of success. Along the way, don't quit. You have to decide also, when you feel that along the way, I will quit or I will win. I will continue or I will stop. You have to stay on track. To stay on track, identify the barriers beforehand. So in your template, the one I'm going to give you, there are resources, there are barriers, There are the things that, what are you going to do to eliminate or to pacify the barriers or to lessen the barriers. And then you can you can see along the way, as you act upon your plans or do the things that is the things that you really need to do in order to succeed, then I'm excited to see all of you successful achieving your goals. So what I would like you to do also, to remind you before doing the goal setting, by the way, I will be sending the template. Put, this is a suggestion also of Michael Claus, that you have to put it in writing in a positive manner. Okay, for example, in writing your goal, your objective should always be written in a positive way. Therefore, you do not want to quit, neglect, or lose anything. Remember, goals are generally set to improve some aspect of your quality of life. Therefore, they should always be written in a positive way, where the outcome makes you feel so good and emotionally involved. For example, instead of trying to quit smoking, your objective should be non-smoker. Instead of your objective is to lose weight, your objective is to improve body image. Okay, so that is positive. Okay? Improve clothing size. Okay din yun. No? Your intention should be written with the end in mind. Okay, I would like to wear my 28 waistline pants, a Levi's 501. That is positive because I really do things that the things that I need to do to lose weight to wear my 501 jeans. Okay? An alternative goal setting method also is write it in a present tense as if you have already achieved it. For example, I am driving a Lexus car today. While I'm driving a Lexus car today, my iPhone 10 rang, and I just made a command answering machine, like answer the call, and then the caller just talked to me without holding my cell phone. Is that okay? Is that a good way of writing your goal? Yes, it should be in a present tense. I'm living in a mansion right now with 48 rooms, 10 for the maids, and one for my doctor, one for my lawyer. See, you can really explore in it, no? You can write it in a present tense as if you have achieved it. Now, it is also recommended that you have to put or set 15 minutes time, 15 minutes every day of your time to reflect on your goals. I suggest, maybe you have heard this to some trainers also, that you have to put it on a wall where you can easily see it. Upon waking up, maybe this is the thing that you first see in the morning. Or maybe you can write it in your journal so that when you open your journal, you can already see your goals. Spend time reflecting every day. Remember also, guys, I would like to emphasize on this also. Remember that the success of your downline, of your people around you, depends also on knowing for you to know their ambitions, and ask yourself, what support do they need from me? And then it is also your part to hold them accountable to their action plans. Help them focus and assist them along the road to success. Know that you have set your SMART goal. It is important to emphasize that your knowledge and actions will ultimately determine your level of success. I will repeat. It is important to emphasize that your knowledge and actions will ultimately determine your level of success. Learn from each other. Learn what actions are necessary to run a successful network marketing business. Guys, I would like to thank you for listening to me for the next few minutes. And I am really excited to see your success and to be with you in Hong Kong in July as you start your goal setting today. Later, I will be back for the 90-day success plan. I will give you 2 minutes break. And while doing that, watch this video. Ganda. Okay, good morning once again. Welcome and thank you for staying with me. Earlier, we have talked about the goal setting, and we have emphasized that we have to start with personal development and then consider the 7 foundations, and that we have to consider in writing down our goals. And then you have to decide today what you want. You should know the why you're going to do it. You have to write it. You have to write it in a SMART goal setting and commitment to do it even if the feeling is gone. Okay? Right now, I would like to share to you before we go on to discussing the 90-day success plan. I have a story here about Anthony Burgess, who's when he was 40 years old, he learned that he had only 1 year to live. He had a brain tumor that would kill him within a year. He knew he had a battle on his hands. He was completely broke at that time. He has no money. And he didn't have anything to leave behind for his wife, Flynn, soon to be a widow. Anthony had never been a professional novelist in the past, but he always knew the potential he had to be a writer. So the sole purpose of leaving royalties behind for his wife, he put a piece of paper into a typewriter and began writing. He had no certainty that he would even be published, but he couldn't think of anything else to do. It was January of 1960, he said, and according to the prognosis, I had a winter and spring and summer to live through, and will die with the fail of the leaf. In that time, Anthony wrote energetically, finishing 5.5 novels before the year. And amazingly, he did not die. His cancer had gone into remission and then disappeared altogether. And you know what? In his long and full life as a novelist, he wrote more than 70 books. But without the death sentence from cancer, he may not have written it at all. You know, I believe that just like Anthony, some of you, or maybe all of us, have greatness inside you, waiting for some external emergency to bring it out. So I would like you to ask, what is your why? What is your emergency? Because this 90-day success plan will only also depend upon you. Depend upon what do you need and what do you want to achieve. If you're given right now 1 year to live, 1 year to live, what are you going to do? And if you were going to ask you, what do you think you can do today that will make this year the best year ever? Okay? So think about it. Because no matter how we train you, how we give you the trainings that we need, the bottom line here is you. What do you want? I believe there is greatness inside you. Maybe some psychological obstacles are trying to pull that down, but believe me, guys, walk out or walk it out, work it out, I should say, and have a strong why and understand why you're going to do this and what you really want in your life. Now, the 90-day success plan will start upon you. As Michael Kloss said, and as you will also notice, there are two kinds of network marketing people that we're going to meet. Those people who will just be there for part-time and they're just users of the products. And there are other people also will also really do the business or will duplicate. Now, if you're interested in building a business that constantly consistently duplicates, now you have to use a system. What if what are the secrets of these people like Starbucks, McDonald's, maybe other companies also doing the same? It's because of their system. Let us now try to look at structure and accountability. If you have a system, you create a structure and accountability. Now, it is important to understand there are two different kinds of system. How you learn the business, the knowledge part, and how you build the business. In a perfect world, both systems would be the same. Okay? Right now, in our organization at SFF, we try to come up with how you learn the business, the knowledge part. Now the training that we are conducting, how you build the business. But altogether, we put it into how you're going, or the knowledge part first, and then later on, the how you're going to build the business, we work together. Okay? Now, some people may need to work on a certain skill in order to become successful. As we say, there should be development, no? Development. Some people may really need to be successful just to, get people around them. But without system, without accountability and structure and accountability, I should say, we will not duplicate. We will not reach the level of duplication and multiplication of leaders. In Starbucks, my wife also worked for almost 8 years. I've seen the structure and the system that they have. At first 2 weeks, they give you training, the knowledge part for the lecture, and then 1 week on the job training. Okay, this is very unique in Starbucks. So in their system, they give you the knowledge part, and also the on-the-job training is the how to do the business part. And then after a month, you can already feel that you know everything about to learn and what you're going to do to become a successful barista in Starbucks. Okay? And what is unique with Starbucks, another thing is that they provide you 2 weeks schedule in advance. They give you things that you get expected of you, things that I show you how you're going to do, and then what is expected of you is to come during this 2 weeks advance schedule. Okay? So there are set already. This is now will answer our question, what is the structure and accountability all about? And what is the system that I'm going to use in order for my recruit to work better? Okay? So before we go on, look at this. There are 4 fundamentals that you really have to understand. Once your recruit come in, set the proper expectations. Set the proper expectations. Show them what the knowledge they need to do. How are you going to do it? And then what is expected of you. Show the expectation. I want you to attend every event. I want you to be here doing this with me, with your prospects. I want you to give me your list of prospects. Okay? Guys, notice that is not a command. That is a requirement. Okay, guys? Remember, as a coach, as a mentor, you're going to help each other. But no coach will tell you that one person can just do anything, or one player can, okay, just come here for our training anytime you like. Okay, just come here for our training. Actually, we start our training at 6 a.m., but it depends upon you if you're going to come here at 12 noon after the training, and we will just tell you what we have done. Have you find that kind of coach? Maybe you can have that kind of coach, and you expect them never, their team will never win. You see, some people may have some kind of resistance to what I'm trying to say right now, because there are some people who said that I you said I am an independent entrepreneur. Why would you give me some requirements or something to do? I'll do whatever I like. Well, if you find that kind of people in your business, you have not done your prospection properly. And if you have done your prospection properly, and you're just amazed that this person just came in into your group, well, um, I tell you, we will have a hard time with those kind of persons who are going to really do the things that they believe in, that they're going to be successful in business by doing whatever they want. No, I'm telling you is that we are applying a proven system already, and you have to set that expectation to them that they have to follow this system. That, as I have said earlier, there is a process that we are going to follow, and there is a training that we are going to undergo, and then there's a way that all of us should be doing in one system, one page, so that everybody will be doing the same thing and become successful in this business. Now, if you find people that when you try to tell them in your group, maybe you can identify it right now, those people who will just show up occasionally, don't spend too much time with them. I'm not saying you're going to ignore them. I'm just saying don't spend time, your most of the time with them. Can give them all the materials, all the trainings, invite them, but if they will not come, then okay, it's okay. But spend 80% of your effort, your time, your skill, your knowledge that you're going to share to those people who are really going to commit doing the business. Ask the people, are they doing what you're doing? These people, the 80%, or maybe all of them. Now, if you have identified not all people are prospecting, those people are doing prospecting, presentation, application, even using the products, and really strive to do personal development, well, spend 80% time with them. The secret also is that to get to know them. You have identified the people that you really love to be with, go with them. Learn from them. Know their mindset. Have a sports with play sports with them. Ask them to eat with you in your family, in your house, or maybe go out for some time and really get to know with each other. Now, understand that if in your group, not all people will come and will go. People will just come and go, and not all people will stay. Not all people will like you. Not all people will follow the system. Okay? Structure and accountability should be set. Okay. Now, 3 to 5 leaders in your group where you can spend 80% of your time. Now, if you cannot find one, and that is you're in bad shape right now. No, I'm just kidding. If you cannot find one, then do prospection. Then do it, and then if you can find one, spend time with them. Set expectations. Let them know what it takes to be successful. Schedule their time conforming to your plan. And this is now the best part. The 90-day success plan is you're going to show them how to reach this certain goal, particular rank, particular possession in a 90-day basis. Okay? That is your game plan. Once you have enrolled one new recruit today, engage them into we have a video about the fundamentals of the business. let them hear that. We have some notes about what is MLM business all about. We have to know that. We have a manual of our company. Show it to them. Have a copy. Let them read. Let them learn by themselves. Okay. Then after that, set your own 90-day success plan and let them also join you doing their 90-day schedule. Considering, guys, all the seven foundations we have mentioned earlier. What are those? Spiritual, financial, family, recreational, cultural, physical, and personal development. We have also the career side, right? So you have to put that into your calendar to make a success plan. This is critical. In Starbucks, they give 2 weeks in advance. So you have to also expect them to deliver their 90-day plan in advance. Show it to them. Show it to them, and they have to align according to your plan. Like, for example, you have prospection, you have to have prospection with them also. Okay? Now, once you have that plan, I suggest you go with them for the next 10 or maybe 5 to 10 meetings. First, on the job training. You have set the knowledge ready to them. Module 1, what is expected, fundamentals of the business. They have heard it, they have watched it, they have taken notes, you have explained it to them. Now, you have given them another 3 days, 90 days plan where there's prospection. Of course, they have time for their family, time for reading, time for personal development, everything. It's inside your goal setting plan. Then the 90-day plan, part of it is that you go out with them. Go out with them with at least 10 calls and then demonstrate it to them. Demo. Guys, very important po yung demonstration in your first meeting. Yes, first meeting for your new downline, demonstrate. First, maybe in the way of prospection. You're together, you show them how to approach, how to talk, how to ask the $1,000,000 question. What do you do for a living? Maybe you can ask them to help you get the number of the prospect. Show them how to call over the phone. We have emphasized that last time. Okay? Show them how to ask for an appointment. And then along the way, during the presentation, show them how are you going to present your 15 to 20 minutes presentation. And then invite them to the event the next day, or if you have an event on Friday, invite them, and then keep on doing this for the next 10 calls. You see, what is expected of us for all our uplines? First, we have to model it. Model, that is, model, it should be easy to copy. It should be duplicable. And that's the reason why I would like you to be first, you have to invest in yourself first. And then next, you use our proven materials to present, like how you're going to present the product, how are you going to present the opportunity, demo it to them, and then how you're going to talk over the phone. Next, you have to do it with them, meaning you do it again, and then they're already assisting you how you're going to do it. First, model it, ikaw lang gumagawa. Next, you're going to do it again, but with them. They have participation already. The next will be, you're going to let them do it. But you monitor. Do it with them. You are there. They're the ones already talking. And then if there are other questions that they cannot answer, you're the one who's going to answer. But all throughout the presentation or even the client call or follow-up call, they are the ones who already calling at the stage, at this stage. Next, you have to allow, and then after that, monitor, you coach them. Okay, these are the things. Guys, this is also critical. If you're going to allow your people to do it, excuse me, to do it with them, and they're the ones going presenting, and you are there. Allow them to commit mistakes. Don't correct them in front of the prospect, or don't try to alam niyo yung sapawan niyo yung sinasabi niya para mai-correct mo lang yung sinasabi niya. No? Allow them to commit mistakes. But after that, you talk to them. These are the things that you need to improve. These are the things that you need to understand and how you're going to explain it. Excuse me. And this is the way of the next time you have to go do this in this way. Okay? So that is coaching, that is mentoring. Now the next part is that let them do it. When you see that them do it, they can do it, as you can see after the 10 calls, they can already do it alone. All you need to do is to call them what happened, or ask them to send report what happened, allow them to talk. And again, you will notice maybe there are still something that they need to improve, but they already become better as the first, as the second, as the third they presented the products or they presented the opportunity. Okay? Now the last part here for duplication after this, as I'm saying in the demonstration, the effect of this, if you allow the first the modeling and then allow them to do it with you, then allow monitor them while they do it, and then let them do it alone without you. The next part, you will notice that eventually they will just duplicate. They will just do it with others. They will do it to their downlines. The system that you have applied, they will do it also with their downlines. Now, we said that in acquiring new skills, we have to create a habit. We have to do it over and over again to acquire and make it a habit. A 90-day plan also, this is actually a plan that will make them a habit. It will develop into them a habit. By having a plan for the 90 days in 1 month, 1 month schedule per week, you have a schedule per week, and then the other week the same schedule the next week. Maybe the changes will be only in the training after a month, and then the next month you do it again, the same activities that you have put in your calendar. After the third month, you do it the same. You will notice that this is now creating something like a habit to them, and you will notice they will develop over time. So what are you going to do? Make sure that they attend weekly event, that you have a one-on-one, you have a one-on-one presentation, and you have a one-on-one meeting. You also have a group meeting, and you have a weekly event wherein there's your successful leaders who are going to talk, and you invite this new prospect or new people that you are training, and they hear the same words, the same message over and over again. And all of those messages will be into their subconscious mind, and it becomes already a given knowledge to them. And by doing so, inviting them every event, they will feel they are involved in the business. So this is critical, creating a habit. You see, excellence will never be achieved without doing it over and over again and then not improving every day. You have to have a habit of doing it every day. Now, after you have set the expectation, after you have written, demonstrated it to them, let them, as I've said, this is you have a written goal, and then you have to do it every day, and then you have a commitment. Part of that 90-day success plan is personal development. You have to spend 15 minutes of your time to meditate on your goals. Listen to your audio video 30 minutes a day. And you just have to make everything you need to do to become successful. Okay? Now, read every day and listen to audiobooks. Expose your first downline into all of the things that you need to understand the business, to know the industry. I have mentioned this already. Then follow through. Now, there is a weekly event, as I've said, that you allow them to attend. And then allow them to attend also your monthly trainings, your leadership trainings, and then invite them. They should be there in your quarterly events wherein there is some recognition of the achievers. If especially they should be part and be one of the qualifiers. You have to aim that. And then during our annual events, they have to be keep involved in all aspects of your organization. They have to feel that. Guys, remember that this is a process that we are doing to do. So what we are going to do, if you can see in the 90-day success plan, this is actually the normal cycle of our people. Present, invite, weekly presentation, invite them for monthly trainings, then quarterly events, annual events, then repeat. Meaning, once you get the prospect, you call them for presentation. Once they get in for, after the presentation, they get in, or maybe even if they did not really register, still invite them to your weekly presentation wherein they will going to hear leaders that will going to speak about the business. And this will be done repetitively every week. Then after that, once they have learned knowledge and everything, again invite them for monthly trainings, or maybe leadership trainings, or maybe advanced training for duplication, and then quarterly events, allow them to attend that. And then also in our annual event, that you have to make sure that they're going to be there, and just repeat the process. Okay. The 90-day cycle is just like this. When it comes to your daily method of operation, the activity part of actually building the business, you need to make sure everyone is on the same page. This is very critical. Because prospecting is very important in your overall success. Where exactly will you find all those prospects, hot market, cold market, maybe it's a combination of two. And you have to really know that during the 90-day success plan, you have to identify or to determine that they learn how to present your business. And presentation is just like telling their own story and telling their own story to other people. And then, how are you going to present it? So you just have to really determine that. This is critical in your doing your daily activities as applied into your 90-day cycle. So you have a daily activities of prospection because this is paramount to everything, to the first step, or for it is fundamentals. I think you spend more time in prospection, you will be very successful in this business. Now, also very critical is the presentation. You cannot skip that. Now, ask yourself, will you conduct home events? Use one-on-one appointments, invite potential prospect to listen to a recorded message, recorded video, or will you attempt to direct them to your website? And what if, this is the questions that you have to do in planning your daily activities for the 90-day success plan. Ask yourself, guys, what if the client says yes or the prospect says yes? How will you teach them the skills learned so they can successfully build their business? Of course, you will teach them the same process. You will teach them the 90-day cycle. Okay? So very important in your 90-day cycle, you have an everyday activity that will lead you to your weekly activities. And then it will lead to your monthly leadership trainings, quarterly events that leads to your annual events, and then repeat the process. Indeed, system is very important in your success. If you have a proven educational system already, as I have mentioned earlier, that our educational system, that part of your 90-day success plan, when you engage these people into your business, the first thing that you're going to do in your 90-day basis is that you have to ask yourself, you have to have this, and we are doing this already in SFM. How you learn the business? What is the knowledge part that they need to know? That I need to know. Next, how are you going to build the business? The activity part every day. So, what is my prospection? How are you going to do the prospection? Now, if the client, after I call back, they say yes for the appointment, what kind of presentation do I need to have? As a house presentation? Is it watching the video and then teach them or give them the knowledge through internet or give them brochures, buy a booklet for them, and or just lead them to our website. Now, after that, how are you going to help them get started? Because if they already know the activity part, and then they believe that this is the best way on actually how they're going to learn the business, how are you going to let them start? How are you going to help them survive the first 3 months, the first 90 days, and then get a little self-satisfaction for having first promotion? And then in your 90-day plan, it will also include, after that, the next is, how are you going to help them teach others to do the same? So this is the cycle that we need to see in your activities when you do your 90-day plan. This is your goal. Okay? Now, your goal is know where you are and determine how much you need to increase. Know where you are right now and know how much you need. So part of your 90-day plan, this is your question. What do you want? And what activities I'm going to do? Okay. There are two things here that we need to be clear of. Productivity, what do you want to achieve? Or activity, what action I need to do to achieve what I want. So this is now part of your goal setting leading into your 90-day plan. In short, guys, if you're going to put it all together, 90-day plan, goal setting is having a goal for 1 year, long term, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And then your 90-day plan or 90-day success plan is your short-term goal that will lead you to your long-term goal. Now, productivity is what you want to become, and activity is what actions do I need to achieve what I want to become. Okay? And this is important. These actions should be profitable actions. You already learned that profitable actions can only happen if you have knowledge, if you have increased your knowledge, if you have increased your skill. This will now lead you to profitable action. So in your goal setting, you outline here what rank do I want and how many people, that's specific. How much income? What are the training needs that I need? How about the activity goals? This will lead you to achieve your rank. Prospection, number of calls, number of presentation matters a lot. Number of trainings that you're going to attend every month or for the next 90 days matters a lot also. So these are activities that will lead you to achieve your productivity goals. So I'll give you an example here for a week plan. Guys, this is a week 1 plan or a 1 week plan only for your business, okay? Doesn't include here the other 7 foundations or 6 foundations. I'm just giving you an example of if you're going to do this prospection presentation in a weekly basis after the next few months, what will happen? So try to look at this. Of course, you just allot, I think, 2 to 3 hours a day for this, or 4 hours a day for this prospection. You can lead now. You can get some presentations, some appointments, and invite for your weekly presentations. For example, in Monday you've done prospection, 10 suspects. You have talked to people. I termed it suspect because these are not yet prospects. These are people that you approach. So you will going to determine if they're qualified prospects. Now we can term them prospects. So out of 10, there are 6 prospects that you have talked, and then they become prospects because they gave their name, they have talked to you, and then you determine that they are potential for your business. After 48 hours, and that is Wednesday, you call them back. So you put them 6 callbacks, and then you got only 4 appointments because the other 2 are not available. So that is realistic calculation. Now, for that Monday activity and then Wednesday appointment, you met them Thursday. For your 4 appointments, you made 4 presentations also. But 4 presentations, 2 people did not really like, or maybe they have some other priorities. So they just listened to you and did not, maybe you can just invite them for the next meeting, but they did not commit to attend for the weekly presentation. So you get only 2. So from out of the 10 approach, 6 prospects, at Thursday you get 2 invites, and then Friday you have 2 invite for the weekly presentation where people, maybe this is a big opportunity meeting, they have attended. You do, okay, that is only for the Monday. While on your Tuesday, you do it, your prospection until Thursday. If you do the same, you get also 6 prospects, and then Thursday you have presentation for presentation, and you have 2 invites. But this one, 2 invites for what? For the next Friday. Okay? So maybe you can also get them for the next Friday, and maybe you can increase that as you go along. Every Wednesday, Thursday, you do it, and you do it the next week. The same thing, you will notice that after, you will compute later that at the monthly event, you can have 20 new recruits. 20 new recruits will attend your monthly leadership, all by doing 10 approaches for 4 days in a week. Okay? So this is a ideal calculation, guys. But I would just like to show you that if you put figures in your calculation, possibility you will have new recruits attending to your weekly, monthly trainings. If you do that quarterly, now quarterly, you will have 60 new recruits. Okay? So that is your 90-day plan in terms of your doing the business. But of course, you have to put also your activities like personality development, your time with your family. You have to really put that to keep your life in a balance. Now, putting it all together, guys, in your 90-day success plan, the objective here is that you have to target your promotion in a monthly basis or in a week, in a quarterly basis. You can also do it. Now, to give you an example of how you're going to increase your activities in order to achieve your productivity, here is one example. If you're going to target in April, you want to become platinum, you have to know where you at March. So in March, you're gold associate, and you want to be platinum in April. As a gold associate, you have 6 directs, and then your activity, you have sold 200,000 sales, and then delivered by 5 associates with 40K thousand sales in a month. So that is your baseline. So for your productivity, in order to become successful, to become platinum, you need 10 directs. Okay, so that is your baseline. That is your target. That is your productivity goal. Also, to become a platinum, you want also to earn 500,000 or to sell 500,000 in a month. So you need your target 10 associates who will deliver you 50,000 sales in a month. What is your activity now in a monthly basis? In order for you to have 2 new recruits, in order for you to become platinum, you need 4 new recruits in April. You need 40 prospects that you're going, now 4 new recruits. But in order to become achievable or to determine if it is achievable, you have to know how much recruit you deliver during the March activity. March activity, you only did 20 prospects. You have invited 20 prospects and you gained 2 new recruits. You made 10 presentations and then you earned 2 new recruits. You sold 300 boxes and then each associate delivered 60 boxes only. So in order for you to do that, knowing all of this, you need to increase your activity. You need 40 prospects. You need to talk to 40 people. And it is possible that if you can get 20 presentations, you will get 4 new recruits. In order to achieve your income potential, you need to deliver 700 boxes. And you have to commit to deliver from your 10 associates should deliver you 70 boxes per associate. So if you're going to look at it, if you're going to look at this, guys, the purpose of showing you the production of March and your activity of March is to know where you at and what are the things or the activities that you need to do to increase to get your target in April. If you have that kind of goals and picture in your mind, during your 90-day activity, you will now target or you will now determine how much do you need, how much activity you need to increase in the next few months in order to get your target. Okay? So you will become realistic. You will know if it is achievable or not. So, success will lead you to your acquiring new knowledge, acquiring new skill, do it in a daily basis. Your activities will be repeated weekly. That will lead you to your monthly activity. And then your monthly activity will lead into your quarterly activities. That all of these activities will lead to your yearly activity. The next year, repeat the process, and your aim should be better year in, year out. So it will really depend on your daily activity. Your weekly, monthly, quarterly activity determines your result after a year, and that you have to put in your mind that your year will become better and better every day if you learn how to improve your skills, your knowledge, your activities, learn from your mistakes, learn from the things that you have encountered in every activity that you have, and that year in and year out, your year will become better and better. So, in applying all of our activities, I would like to, the things that we have discussed this morning, I would like you to remember that our goal is to increase our knowledge, our skill every day, and that in our goal setting, we have to make a goal from 2 years to 5 years in order to become successful in this business. And you create your own team, spend 80% of your time building your business with your team, have a commitment with each other, have a structure and an accountability. Make a 90-day plan or 90-day success plan, putting the things, the productivity goals and the activity goals to achieve your productivity goals, and commit to do it every day. Now, your question is, what if I will not be successful after 90 days? What if I did not get my target after 90 days? Then, guys, as I've said, 90 days plan or 90-day rule is not the end of it. You have another 90 days to plan again, to get better, continue what you have been doing, the good things that you have been doing, learn from your mistakes, identify what you need to improve, continue developing your skills, honing your skills, and become better day in, day out. And you'll notice after a few years, after a few months, after a few years, you will become successful. So I would like to encourage you to do it every day. And let's work together as we learn, as we continue our journey toward success. So, again, I would like to invite you next week for our discussion about how are we going to maximize our marketing plan And how are we going to teach this to our people so that they too can experience what we have experienced in SFF? Thank you and good afternoon to everyone.